no friends microeconomic stability ne keka ho no ensem no sane esitie no sane I reflect o ababom no eno ene eba bedi hu nkomo macro indexes ne indicators ne nyina no enya no ne ebedi hu nkomo no pay de I reflect o ababom no eno ne ebedi hu nkomo se me hwe bulleted points no sector by sector na vice president highlighting I couldn't help by notice say na womo kase say ebani issues to do with foreign affairs womo achieve 100%. Ebani issues to do with education womo achieve 94%. Yensa aka the honorable member for North Tongue, the honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa ewo ahomane so me pesa me gina dwene ewo foreign affairs in sensem home efa education sensem. After all, he's been a minister for education before deputy. And the honorable good morning and welcome to Happy 98.9 FM.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Fisher Pa. Fisher Pa.
Honorable Yada CP Afe Encombatu and say Bibia Boko.
Yamiadum. Yagudonga Kranka.
Honorable Minju initial comment on a town hall meeting Enra NPP one more vice president. I see a vice president Enna a year lecture.
Eddie Kine Sir Ushabo Nas Uba Abaimua and yeah, a bad idea to account for your stewardship. So a bona we share, we namaya we and meant to me and yeah, accounting to the people telling your story, a universal concept, parties, and democratic nations across the world. Make us quite arrogant. Yes, wa ubemake ama 78%, giving yourself an A. No, a novel. Dia a taisi osha democratic countries across the world. To say student wana settle questions who market who script. No, and for credibility it portrays a certain arrogance. It also portrays a certain desperation. So unim say one jane pray anchor market if independent assessors assessment now enko ye just a usro bibi intiana wa na market and I can tell you that Juma within the National Democratic Congress we shall put it out. We shall have a substantive response. Dana Fobe who said even the claim of 388 promises, and there are more promises than that. And as a self mark of 78%, no, it is not possible. Osha imani for independent
Mark now oka ho asem no. Se me shebo magana for se meye enoma enum anase ensia. Na se me hwe adwuma amaye na se enoma ensia no matimu ayemu ennan a meni ho kwan se me kase maye yemfa ne se bia 70 anase 80% of a bosha me share no.
Yen sa so, I mean, who does that? Who does that in any serious democracy? No, nobody does that. I mean, it portrays a certain arrogance, a certain desperation. Uber to me, I can say, education. These are the promises are the year, and these are the results. Then you leave the interpretation, the outcome almost score and all of that. You leave it to the people and independent assessors to do. When you engage in this exercise in delusion, self-aggrandizement, what is the effect? Why never take those serious? Anka independent bodies, civil society organization, and academic institutions, and assessment with 78%. That carries more weight. People will take it more serious than a student marking his own script and putting out the results. And in terms of even impact, being taken serious, you don't achieve anything. That is why in most credible democracies across the world, they don't engage in such self-aggrandizement. Wow, market will script. You don't see it happening.
My main fan call areas say you can speak to. One has to do with foreign affairs because we are a member on the foreign affairs committee. One must see almost achieve 100%. Sounds me who is saying.
Honestly, Andra, I was scandalized. Again, yen international relations, it's a very complex arena. A mix of issues. I mean, will position on international matters, will posture relations are forming, the perception about you, and a myriad of factors. And it's about foreign affairs, why achieve 100%. That is, I mean, going overboard and beginning to even border on the ridiculous. Ushe, one of the major promises of Moyomuka said, restore the good image of Ghana. I mean, Ukai, various international assessments about the image of Ghana. For example, Ushe, your image to do with corruption. Ghana, I drop it 2 places down on the CPI, the most credible corruption index. That is the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index. Under President Akufo-Addo, we are seeing our worst performance. You drop it two countries down. Into your image in terms of corruption, we are down. And for the first time, ambassadors who normally do not like to meddle in your domestic affairs, are speaking out about corruption. For the first time, and a series of diplomatic condemnation of heightening corruption. The Dutch ambassador, Onona Odikanye Kasai said, why not Ghana beyond corruption instead of Ghana beyond aid? And I know what they did behind the scenes to try to arm twist and, warn him and get him to change his words and all of that. And he stood his grounds. Followed by Australia High Commissioner speaking publicly about corruption. Said the way corruption he's even surprised. Said Ghana, majority of us are Christians. An atheist, and yet he can't believe the levels of corruption under this government shocks him. You have heard the U.S. Ambassador Sullivan, publicly speak about corruption. I mean, if you take corruption alone, all the international indices, ambassadors speaking, and don't forget, sir, for the first time in this country's history, PDS scandal, we lose money for the first time. And Taisi said, Sika Eba Ghana, because of corruption, then a country advises otherwise. I don't remember the last time in our history that this happened. But under President Akufo-Addo, Millennium Challenge account for Sika Eba Ghana over $190 million. Amba, it was cancelled. The Americans withdrew it. ANC under President Kufuor, ANC under President Mills, ANC under President Mahama. All these presidents managed the Millennium Challenge Compact. When you say about foreign affairs, record 100%, what are you talking about?
But
press freedom, which is
some more assess the performance of a key ministry, which is foreign affairs, indicators by Moshe.
Say, what in your manifesto said about foreign affairs, you will seek to improve the image of Ghana. One an image of Ghana is about what is being said about us, how others perceive us. And I'm telling you, sir, all the credible scientific indicators, we are not doing well about your foreign relations. We are not doing well. Usher recently about even your press freedom. Wouldn't say you're declining. We have lost our number one spot in Africa. As you say, number 3 in Africa. On the global indicators, we have dropped 4 places. Even when it comes to press freedom, for the first time in the history of this country, a journalist has been assassinated. The international community is up in arms. Okay, last year, the first anniversary commemoration of Ahmed Hussein Swale, God grant him rest. The international community was very angry with us. So far, no arrests have been made, no updates have been provided, no prosecution, and that Ghana must watch it. But foreign relations, your image is in tatters.
But it's in tatters. From 2017, there have been several foreign dignitaries. German, Germans now Bahanum say factories. Several of them are Bahanum say Ghana has been praised worldwide.
Linia, that's why I told you, sir. Foreign relations, and yet just a very simple matter, sir. More high level visits, that is enough. Debbie, I mean, Osha, North Korean leader, he had a major international bilateral discussion with the superpower, President Trump. Will you say because of that, North Korea, Ababeye, Krabeshe, international relations 100%, their country to look up to when it comes to human rights and good governance indicators and all that. It is not adequate. It's not enough to say people are visiting you, high-level visitors. That necessarily is the only indicator. Yes, I will concede, sir, when you have increased visits, and more visitations, it shows you are a favorable destination. But you don't look at only that in isolation. And remember, sir, even with those visits, when they come, it's because of the stability over the years since returning to multi-party democracy in 1992. Holding successful elections 7 consecutive times, peaceful, and we've become an example on the continent. Will you give that credit to President Akufo-Addo in 3 years? President, you cannot do that.
Right.
And no, the collective dividend of our sacrifices to ensure that democracy is maintained. This claim of 100% is ridiculous.
Of education, and also one more I believe it's 94% or so. With the success rate of free SHS, you don't think they qualify to give themselves 94%?
Certainly, Not, certainly not. OSHA, the education sector, free SHS cannot be the only indicator. And free SHS, Nankasano, it's been fraught with a lot of challenges. Okay, MPP manifesto, nowhere will you see double track. MPP for Ankase, Omobe implementing free SHS, Omo the double track, Ebeka, and now they will implement free SHS through double track. They were forced to do double track because of implementation challenges, because they were ill prepared. They refused to listen to advice as to how to go about it, following the blueprint of President Mahama, expanding access, the 200 community day schools, or more a committee to completing them, and there will be no double track. Under President Mills, Kaise, President Kufuor had extended the duration 3 to 4 years. Into the 2010-2011 academic year, we had this crisis with numbers, 184,000 increase, who kind the MS data, which is far higher than what President Akufo-Addo had to deal with in the 2017-2018 academic year. And yet, because of foresight, because of putting in place good policy interventions, President Mills Abreso yet to me carry out emergency expansion to avoid double track at the time. Even the free SHS that they talk of, look at how quality is on the decline. In the latest PIAC report, they raise serious concerns about quality. OSHA, even what parents are paying now to extra classes, fees, hostel fees, and all of that. A chain time and there was no SHS. And we have said, sir, you better review the free SHS, which means that we will fix all the challenges. You better abolish it, double track. And Vice President Bamia say, we say abolish it, double tracker, then it means you want to abolish free SHS. I mean, how can you make such an argument? I mean, one can say, no, we'll promise you free SHS. Who can say you implement it through double track? Double track is an ad hoc measure because you didn't plan adequately. You didn't think through the policy. That is why you came up with double track, which you are not proud of.
And you know, we be say NDC funds so a promise say one more ABC 200 community day senior high schools. By the time I move through your office, now and you know, some of the reasons I heard, they say, acquisition of land, it delayed the construction of these projects. Are these things not expected about some of these projects?
In China, one when who said NDC president and NDC vice president be Jina baby amane 94% and 78% overall. We were modest, we admitted, say 200 na promise, yes, started 124. 50 was completed. And can you say 50 now? And double track will probably have been triple track. Until the point has to be made, say there is a need for a certain candor, a certain sincerity, a certain modesty when it comes to this assessment. Now, education is not all about free SHS at the second cycle level. What is happening to the basic level, to FQ? And your foundations are more important. Share report after report where Ghana's competitiveness is on the decline, where basic education is in total shambles. Their AC in the sector that is so critical. Teachers, you have a situation where they say teachers feel less motivated. You are giving them extra work. They virtually have very little time to rest and to reflect and recuperate, and yet no extra allowances. Teachers are being harassed. They cannot speak their mind freely. As I speak to you, automatic posting for the first time in our history, graduates of colleges of education are not guaranteed automatic posting. This strange national service are more introduced just because they cannot employ our teachers. all these are critical matters that we need to address. Teachers are at the center of quality education, their welfare, their motivation. Without teachers, no, there can be no serious teaching and learning. These are all key indicators. You ignore them and you just say, oh, free SHS. And this double track, which is creating such a nightmare, no? You are giving yourself 94%. I mean, we need to be serious.
Right.
Usha, even tertiary education, we are not expanding access. Interventions, as I say, even the increased numbers at the SHS level, how they will proceed to the tertiary level, no attention has been paid to that. And you are scoring yourself 94%. I shudder. I'm very, very frightened, sir, with these kinds of self-aggrandizement, giving themselves aids, 94%, oh, you're real, you're passy, you can imagine the mess which is going to linger on until December 7, when Ghanaians excavate this non-performing government from power.
Honorable, and I pray you better as so Jim Bernard didn't come friend say and some are you doing come. But quickly, now and some of my government ultimatum say one more emfa in your a school for more China, one more emfa more embrat Ghana. Are you not thinking about the health consequences for us as a nation? Say the union eba considering the kind of setup you were in handling this issue.
Yeah, Jane Hopa, Entiana, yeah, Kase, yeah, fa omwaba, yeah, follow the WHO protocols. WHO protocols are very clear. Answer na ya be evacuate, ya be ya test, I assure say, you don't have the virus. Ube druswa, you will be quarantined. Ya the ube be before isolate you. Na ya monitor for 2 weeks. Ya say virus no. 2 weeks there na adeni huedi ntienya dia you can hide the symptoms in 14 days. Some protocols we ena evacuation in Africa. Countries like Tunisia, Algeria, Mauritius, Mauritania, Egypt, Morocco, Libya, the Libya going through all this crisis. Omunyina evacuating. And Yente say leading to the virus spreading, and even one case, even one suspected case in those countries where evacuations have been done. The larger international community, from Spain to US to UK to France, Germany, Philippines, Thailand, evacuations, and they are safe. It shows that you care about your people, you are empathetic, you are not callous, you will not abandon your people when they need you most. Say our students are crying, they are traumatized. $4,200 they come out, are running out, and the students are really suffering. Even if they have money, shops have been closed down. Wuhan is on lockdown, and we are refusing to evacuate them. Ocean numbers now, just one flight, we evacuate all of them. Other countries, multiple evacuations, moving into their second round, third round of evacuations. We have refused to act. Meanwhile, no, all these claims say, oh yes, you're inviting coronavirus. Meanwhile, no, flights from China, Ghana, every day. So does it make sense? About foreigners there, we value their lives. They are coming in every day. Every day the Chinese are coming. When they come, we don't quarantine them. It's just checking their temperature. Now, yes, bye-bye. And they go. We do that to foreigners every day. Flights from China, unlike countries like USA, Israel, Denmark, Canada, who have imposed flight restrictions from China. We haven't done that. And yet, nationals.
Other nations evacuate you nationals in say it is because you feel that there's the need to do so. Because only maybe you're going to say baby omu the medical assistance they may get, even if one of them contracts the disease, compuna, I am much better than some Babagana. Only me
Minia, let's stop making these excuses. Your WHO protocols. Ebola AC, President Mahama AC isolation centers or building systems to handle such global health emergencies. We have them. Minister of Health or Parliament or confirm me, yes, sir. We have them. We just need to activate them. We have them. The WHO protocols and no one obia or mining follow. So why are we making excuses? In any case, no, we claim say yes, true, and you're risky. Now, so flights are coming in from China, unlike United States of America and Israel are banning all flights from China. No, yeah.
All right.
We are still receiving Chinese and other people from who were in China. We are receiving Ghana. They can fly to Ghana on their own. And yet, evacuate national. What kind of people are we? Those who must take the decision. If their children were part of the students, would they have been taking this very reckless, insensitive posture?
Happy 98.9 FM.
Yo, Mr. Midas.
Honorable Same Okudzeto Ablakwa, a member of Parliament for North Tongue, Abekan, in the needing Komo Efa and first town hall meeting.